The point station offset to UDP command will add station offset and other alignment information to Kogo points as user-defined properties. The point station offset to UDP command is developed and provided by WizDot. This tool populates Kogo point user-defined property fields with alignment information for station, offset, radius, side, name, and description. One or two alignments can be used as references. The Civil 3D point table or point label can be used to display this data, or the data can be exported to a point file. This tool is recommended for situations where two alignments need to be referenced for station offset. If data for only one alignment is needed, an alternate workflow using pipe network structures can also be used. User-defined properties, or UDPs, are extended attributes that can be added to point objects in Civil 3D. I'm in a blank non-MDT drawing here, just sort of an out-of-the-box thing. If I go to points and edit points, you can see up the top the columns. These are the different properties that are available to be put on a point object in standard Civil 3D. Northing, easting, elevation, name, description. You're all familiar with those. There's a few others that you can add values to here. But you notice there is no station or offset, so this is why the point station offset to UDP tool exists. I'm going to go ahead and close this. Now I'm going to go to a drawing that was started with an MDT template. And if I go to points and edit points, you can see that we have our northing, easting, elevation, description, etc. But if I scroll all the way to the right here, I now have some additional properties. I have description, I have alignment side, I have offset, radius, and station. So now these UDPs are available to be written to. I can write values to them. In order to get these into the drawing, though, is they have to be assigned to a point group. So if I go to the all points point group and click properties, if I go to the summary tab here, if I scroll down a little bit to general, you can see there's a classification property, and it's set to USWI alignments. Having this set is what allows those properties to be available to the points in this drawing. And the MDT start templates have this setting already set, so they're already available. I have a drawing here. It's showing a couple alignments, and I have some geometry representing edge of pavement. If I zoom in, you can see I have some points set on these geometry points. You can go ahead and see how this tool works. If I go up to the MDT design ribbon tab and I click my point SO to UDP, I'll get the tools dialog box. This dialog box is a floating dialog box, meaning that I can work in the drawing while it's open. So if I go ahead and click alignment here and look at the drop down for the alignments, you can see my two alignments are listed in the drop down. Say I wanted to add an alignment. I'll select this line here, create an alignment, and I'm going to call it driveway. And I'm just going to go ahead and keep the defaults here and select OK. If I go over to my alignment drop down again, you can see the driveway alignment is not included in here, and that is because this is a floating dialog box. So what you have to do is click this refresh button. Anytime there's geometry changes for alignments in the drawing, you have to click refresh, and now you can see that I'm able to pick that alignment now from my list. The rest of this dialog box at the top, there's a drop down for point group. You have to assign the UDP values by point group. They can't be defined by individual points. So I've created a pave group here, and I want to choose either one alignment or two alignments that I want to write the data from. I'm going to choose two. There's a clear properties option here. If I leave this at clear properties and click apply, it'll clear all the property data from the points previously run by the tool. So I have that option, or I can set my alignments here. If I had a whole long list of alignments, there's a type filter here where I could select the type of alignment and it would only show those type of alignments in that drop down. Then I have the option here to overwrite alignment assignments. Again, if this tool was run before on points and I want to clear those values, I can overwrite the alignment assignments by checking that box. The tool also has the ability to detect radius of points. I can go ahead and click that button on. There's a clear properties button, does the same as the drop down above. It'll clear any radius values from my points. And then this list here will show my current drawing, and then we'll list any XREFs that are attached to the drawing. And it will search for curves in the original drawing and any XREFs that you select. And then what it's going to do is it's going to search out any curve, and it's going to look for any matching radius point that's in the drawing. And if it finds more than one curve that matches a radius point, it gives me a few options here. It can either prompt me to pick the curve I want, or you can choose to use the smallest or choose to use the largest. I'm just going to go ahead and select prompt. And then when I'm all finished, I can go ahead and click apply. It says process complete. I'm going to go ahead and click close on this because I'm done. And now if I go to points, edit points, you can see my values now are added to the properties. So I have my alignment names here, I have my alignment sides here, offsets, stations, and there's a 1 radius value there. You can display this information in a Civil 3D label style or table style. So right now I just have a label style of the point number and a description. If I want to change that, I can go to my point groups, and I made a style called station offset. You can create your own styles to show the information you want to show. I'll click apply, and you can see now it changed here to show the station and the offset of this point instead of just the description. Click OK. You can also add this information to a table. If I go up to annotate and add a table, point table, I created one called point station offset radius. Again, you can create your own tables to display the data that you want. And I need to select a point group for this. I'll select my pave point group, and I'll keep the defaults and just click OK. Drop my table in. You can see now I have a table of my pavement edge points with station and offset and radius values in there. One other thing you can do is you can export the points to a point file and export that station offset radius data. Let's go ahead and do that. If I go to my point group, right click and go to export points. I have a format here that I created, and you have to create your own format for the specific information you want, but this is just point number, station and offset, PSO. I'm going to select that one. I'm going to say limit it to the point groups in pave. Click OK. It'll ask me to save my file. Click OK. Now you can see I have a CSV file with my points, my station, and my offset values. So I can use this for any other purpose that I need. One thing to note when using this tool and using UDPs is UDPs do not update labels or tables automatically. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to move it 4 feet up. You can see it still shows 15 plus 70 as the value there. What I need to do is I need to run that tool again. So I need to go to my points, SO to UDP tool, and I need to select the options that I want again. Click apply, close. Now you can see it updated to 15 plus 74. So just be aware that you'll have to manually update the points anytime the geometry changes or the points move.